Good evening, East Alabama. Welcome into the locker room on this Wednesday afternoon. My name's Namath Pitts. We have a great show lined up for you guys today. We have highlights from a big area game in Class 2A last night. The Pleasant Valley Raiders hosted Sandrock, the same team that they beat for a state championship a year ago. Those two teams met yesterday. First area game of the season, first home opener for Pleasant Valley. We have the highlights of that game. Also, you'll hear from Pleasant Valley head coach Jennifer Mann later on in today's show. But before we get into the show, I want to remind you guys to hit that like and follow button. They are two separate buttons. Make sure to hit both buttons so that you do not miss anything that East Alabama Now posts, so that you don't miss the locker room. Of course, we are here 5 days a week with all the local highlights here from East Alabama Now. We also have more up-to-date news, graphics, so many other things. Only you can get it right here at East Alabama Now, the locker room 5 days a week. Also, our East Alabama Now news is tonight at 6:30 p.m. Mike Stedham and Katie Edwards have your local news. John Holder has your local weather. And Jordan Smith is bringing you your local sports. Our East Alabama Now news is tonight at 6:30 p.m. So make sure you don't miss that. We start our show the same way every day except Thursday, because typically we don't have a lot happening on Wednesday. But let's go out to our EAN Scoreboard. We start our EAN Scoreboard today with action from Alexandria last night. Last night, Whitney Welch and her Valley Cubs had their home opener, and they hosted Fort Payne and they hosted Sylacauga. They swept Fort Payne in 2 sets as Alexandria beat Fort Payne 25-14 in the first set and beat Fort Payne 25-17 in the second set. The second game that Alexandria played last night was against Sylacauga. And against the Aggies last night, Alexandria got another sweep as they defeated Sylacauga in 2 sets. The first set was a close one. It was 26-24. Had to go all the way to the limit, but Alexandria ultimately did win the set, again 26-24. The second set was a 25-9, absolute dominant set for Alexandria. Yesterday in their wins over Fort Payne and Sylacauga, McKinley Cooper had 4 kills, 6 digs, 4 aces. Aaron Spradley had 20 kills, 5 digs, 3 blocks, 2 aces. Kylie Jeffers had 4 kills. Cassidy Hartsfield had 6 kills, 2 digs, 4 blocks. Caden Pritchett had 8 kills, 2 digs, 1 block. Landry Patterson, young player, going to be really good, has a promising future for Alexandria. She had 1 assist and 7 digs. Shelby Morris had 1 kill, 5 digs, 1 ace. Charlie Paris, a junior for the Valley Cubs, had 1 kill, 1 assist, 17 digs, 1 ace. And Sophie Martin had a great day. 1 kill, 36 assists, 1 block, 5 digs, 6 aces as Alexandria sweeps their home opener. Last night, Amber Russell and the Jacksonville Golden Eagles went head-to-head with the Sacs Wildcats, and the Golden Eagles swept Sacs in 3 sets. Jacksonville won the first set 25-10, won the second set 25-9, and won the third set 25-12. Absolute dominant performance from Jacksonville. Sydney Soriano had 2 aces, 2 kills, 1 block, and 2 digs. Cameron Stone had 3 aces, 3 kills, and 1 block. Maya Swain had 1 ace, 4 kills, 1 dig. Nyla Holt had 4 aces, 4 kills, 3 digs. Kiesia Williams had 1 ace, 3 digs. Chloe Henderson had 3 digs. Alexis Phillips had 1 dig. Reese Rollins had 2 kills, 2 blocks. Amani Roberts had 1 block, 2 digs. And Ontaria Braxton had 1 ace, 1 kill, and 1 dig as the Jacksonville Golden Eagles got the sweep over Sacs with a 3-0 win. Also yesterday, the Ohatchee Indians, they were in action. Coach Rebecca Hughes' team went head-to-head with Raglan. They won the first set in a masterful performance, 25-6. It was a masterpiece for Ohatchee. Second set was much closer, but Ohatchee did win the second set 25-20. And the third set was, again, another masterpiece set as Ohatchee won 25-9. They swept Raglan. Rebecca Henderson had 10 kills, 2 aces, 3 digs. Emily Riddle had 9 kills, 2 blocks. Alana Fitch had 8 kills, 28 assists, 2 aces, 6 digs. Ayla Kruick had 4 kills, 4 aces. Brett Finn had 4 kills, 2 aces, 2 blocks. Brindley Orman had 3 kills. And Bailey Fowler had 3 kills as Ohatchee got the sweep over Raglan 3-0. Next game we're going to talk about is the one you're going to see highlights of today on the locker room. That is the Pleasant Valley Raiders getting a sweep over Sandrock 3-0. Shout out to Tyler Schmidt for getting the highlights and sock cuts for us. Pleasant Valley swept Sandrock. They won the first set 25-11, second set 25-8, and third set 25-13. This is 2 teams that met for a state championship in Class 2A 1 year ago. Last night, In one game, Lily Henry had 10 kills, 1 block, 6 digs, 1 ace. Ella Paris had 4 kills, 2 blocks, 8 digs, 3 aces. Madison Schwabe had 1 kill, 3 blocks, 14 digs, 2 aces, 13 assists. Ellie Patterson had 1 kill, 5 blocks. Elise Wheeler had 14 assists, 4 digs. Ava Washington had 4 digs. And Bella Usry, whichever way, I apologize if I mispronounced that, had 2 kills and 1 dig as Pleasant Valley swept Sandrock to open area play 3-0. Hey, you know who's been hot here lately? The Oxford Yellow Jackets. They have been winning a lot of volleyball games under Coach Winnie McKibben. Last night, they defeated Southside they won in the third set. They dropped the first set 25-22, but came back and won the second set 25-21 and won the third set 15-12. So Oxford got the win over Southside 2-1. And then Oxford also won a big area game against Pell City. The Yellow Jackets hosted Pell City in an area game. They beat Pell City last night 25-12 and 25-18. How about Peyton Brooks? 12 digs, 1 solo block, 35 assists. Erin Poole had 22 digs. Dalen Bozeman had 9 kills. Malia Prince had 14 kills, 12 digs. Jasmine Montgomery had 10 kills and 1 solo block as Oxford swept Pell City, and that was an area game for the Yellow Jackets. And the final one, Faith Christian and Mumford went head-to-head last night, and this one went all the way to 5 sets. Faith Christian won the first set 25-23. Mumford won the second set 25-13. Mumford won the third set 25-23. Faith Christian won the fourth set 25-23. And the final set, the fifth set, was Mumford who came out on top 15-13. And for Mumford, winning this 5-set series last night, Christine Putnam had 8 kills. Brooklyn Presley had 6 kills, 3 digs. Faith Jacobs had 6 kills, 1 dig, 5 blocks. Ashton Bishop had 2 aces, 6 digs. Rayleigh Dew had 2 aces. Lauren Brewster had 4 kills, 6 blocks. Elise Mosley had 1 kill, 3 digs. Miley Stevens and Caston Latham, there were the players of the game for me. Miley Stevens had 14 kills, 3 digs, 2 blocks. And Caston Latham had 16 assists, 2 kills, 1 dig, and 3 aces as the Mumford Lions got the win over Faith Christian 3-2 in 5 sets. And that is our EAN scoreboard from last night's action. Not a lot of action happening tonight. It's Wednesday night, so tomorrow we will take a look at the Alabama Sports Writers Association football rankings that dropped today. We're going to take a look at those tomorrow, see how those compare to the rankings that, of course, I started in preseason. I'm going to continue up throughout the year. So there's our EAN scoreboard. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we talked about Jennifer Mann's Pleasant Valley Raiders getting an area win over Sandrock. We got the highlights. Tyler Schmidt got those for us. We'll be right back as we continue on the Locker Room.
We live in a world that moves quickly, and while we are able to connect faster than ever through technology, maybe you've noticed that real connection is hard to come by. Parker Memorial Baptist Church offers you a place to connect, a place to learn more about Jesus and the difference He can make in your life, a place to build relationships with like-minded believers, or maybe discover what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ. A place to use the gifts and talents God has given you. A place where we love God and we love you. Parker Memorial Baptist Church, 1205 Quintard Avenue, Anniston. Visit our website for details.
We are back on the Locker Room on this Wednesday afternoon. Hey, I want to again just thank all of our support from the community, parents, fans, athletes, everybody that follows East Alabama Now, follows the Locker Room. And I want to remind you guys that you can send us highlights. Now, Tyler Schmidt was at Pleasant Valley last night, but you can also contribute in sending us highlights from other places. All you got to do is send us a message right here on our East Alabama Now page, or send us an email at eansports23@gmail.com, and we would be glad to use those highlights. Hey, don't forget, we got our school spirit competition going on right now on our East Alabama Now page. I've already seen Oxford up, Alexandria, Spring Garden. All you got to do is submit a video to us on why your school should be in that EAN School Spirit competition. Of course, you got to go on there then when we post your school, like it, comment, share it, make sure everybody else in the community is a part of that, and then we will choose a winner. Whoever has the most likes, shares, comments, those type of things, the guidelines are on our page, and then we'll present the winner of that at their final pep rally this year. So don't forget to make sure to support our EAN School Spirit competition that is going on our page right now. Hey, last night, Jennifer Mann, first season as the Pleasant Valley Raiders head coach. She took over. Dana Bryant retired. In Dana Bryant's final season, Pleasant Valley won the Class 2A state championship. Who did Pleasant Valley beat in the Class 2A state championship game 1 year ago? Sandrock. Who got in their area this year? Well, Donahoe moved up to 3A due to competitive balance. Here comes Sandrock. The two teams that played for a state championship 3 years ago was Donahoe and Pleasant Valley. Donahoe won. Last year, the two teams in the area, Donahoe, Pleasant Valley. Pleasant Valley won the state championship. Now it's now it's Pleasant Valley and Sandrock. And last night, these two teams met for the first time this season. First time they met since the state championship game just last spring in Dana Bryant's final game as the head coach at Pleasant Valley. We have the highlights, but before we show you the highlights, our highlights are presented by the Joey Cruz team with Keller Williams Realty Group. So I'm going to take a moment to let my good friend Chad Barnett tell you more about the Joey Cruz team.
When finding your next home, you need someone who knows the area inside and out. That's why you need to call us. Hey everybody, Chad Barnett here with the Joey Cruz team at Keller Williams Realty Group. When it's time to move, you need someone who will advertise your home, show prospective buyers, negotiate the purchase contract, arrange financing, all of the ins and outs of buying and selling. But the best thing about the Joey Cruz team is we have individual specialized agents working for you. If we come list your home, that listing agent will be on your side of the table all the time. The buyer will be shown by another agent. This keeps your interest at the utmost respect on our side. We will always be on your side of the table. We can take care of everything you need from start to close, like staging, home repairs, minor improvements, whatever's going to make your house look the best when it's time to go on the market. That is what we do. Our job here at the Joey Cruz team is pretty simple. Make you the most money in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of hassle. So if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, call the Joey Cruz team today and let us put your real estate needs in cruise control.
Thank you to the Joey Cruz team with Keller Williams Realty Group for being our highlight presenter. So that being said, let's go out to Pleasant Valley where the Raiders hosted Sandrock in area play in Class 2A. saw the highlights right there. Shot by Tyler Schmidt. Pleasant Valley sweeps Sandrock 25-11, 25-8, and 25-13 in 3 sets. And just like we mentioned our EAN scoreboard, how about Lily Henry? 10 kills, 1 block, 6 digs, 1 ace. Ella Paris, only a junior, by the way. Lily Henry, the only senior, by the way. Ella Paris, a junior, had 4 kills, 2 blocks, 8 digs, 3 aces. Madison Schwabe, who's a junior, had 1 kill, 3 blocks, 14 digs, 2 aces, and 13 assists. How about some younger players? Ellie Patterson, 1 kill, 5 blocks. Elise Wheeler, 14 assists, 4 digs. Ava Washington, 4 digs. And how about Bella Ushry, again, I apologize if I mispronounced that, who had 2 kills and 1 dig, as the Pleasant Valley Raiders swept Sandrock in 3 sets to open up area play with a win. And that was a big win because you got Sandrock, Gaston, and Cedar Bluff, but you had to feel like Sandrock, even though, of course, they lost a lot from that team that made the state championship a year ago, still had to feel like these were probably the top 2 teams in this area. And they went ahead and met right off the dot to open area play. The game was at Pleasant Valley, the first home opener for Pleasant Valley, and it could not have been a better result for Coach Jennifer Mann and the Pleasant Valley Raiders. So what did Jennifer Mann say about the win? Well, you'll hear from Coach Jennifer Mann in our next segment. We're going to take a break. Don't go away. We'll be right back, where you'll hear from Coach Jennifer Mann about Pleasant Valley's opening win over Sandrock as we continue on this Wednesday afternoon. You're watching The Locker Room on East Alabama Now.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
We are back on The Locker Room on this Wednesday afternoon. In our last segment, you saw highlights of Pleasant Valley and Sandrock. Those highlights were presented by the Joey Cruz team with Keller Williams Realty Group. Hey, before we talk with Coach Jennifer Mann, the new head coach of the Pleasant Valley Raiders, again, I want to remind you one more time, just like I do every day in the first segment and the final segment, make sure to hit that like and follow button on our page, guys. We have our big EAN School Spirit competition going on right now. We have our East Alabama Now news tonight at 6:30 p.m. Mike Stidham and Katie Edwards with your local news. John Holder has your local weather. We'll see what the weather's like on your street tonight. And also Jordan Smith has more on this Pleasant Valley's volleyball team's win over Sandrock Open Area Play. And again, we do want to say thank you to Tyler Schmidt for getting these highlights. And a big thank you, of course, to Nathan and Ashley Gober. They run everything behind the scenes. They make East Alabama Now happen, make the Locker Room happen. And we want to, of course, say thank you to them for all they do. Last night, it was Pleasant Valley, Sandrock area play. 2 teams that met for a 2A state championship. Let me tell you more about Jennifer Bryant Mann for the ones of you that aren't familiar with her. She played at Pleasant Valley. She was a 2-time state champion at Pleasant Valley back when she was in high school. She played for a legend who just came back to speak to the team here recently. So Jennifer Bryant Mann, her tradition and pride for Pleasant Valley, her baby blue, red, and white, it runs deep for Jennifer Mann. And then she was an assistant coach under Dana Bryant. She coached the junior high, sat under Dana Bryant, kind of was her, her person that she could turn to. What'd she do under Dana Bryant? Well, as an assistant coach, she wins a state championship. So this is a coach that won 2 state championships as a player at Pleasant Valley, won a state championship as an assistant coach at Pleasant Valley, and she had a team fall into her lap with Lily Henry, Ella Paris, Madison Schwabe, a team that is more than capable of repeating as the Class 2A state champion, and she might not only win 2 state championships as a player, a state championship as an assistant coach, but she might win a state championship as a head coach. Now, I predicted her to win the state championship. I think she's going to win 2A Coach of the Year in her first season as the head coach of the Pleasant Valley Raiders, and a lot of it's because you got players like Lily Henry, Ella Paris, Madison Schwabe, and so many others, of course. But last night we did catch up with Jennifer Bryant. Man, they played Sandrock at home as their home opener, and we just started with Coach. Just talk a little about how you felt like your team performed tonight. Here she is talking more about how she felt like Pleasant Valley played last night against Sandrock.
Our team played well. We're working well together on the court. We're battling some of the mental times where you have to overcome when the opposite side of the court is not as strong. But overall, we played well. We're meshing well. Seen a ton of improvement and excited this weekend. We're traveling to Foley, so we're going to see some good competition.
Hosting Sandrock as your first area game is probably as tough as you can get when it comes to hosting an area game, but it's probably as tough as you can get for a home opener to play a team that you just played for a state championship. So it was a big moment for Pleasant Valley to play at home last night, to open area play, but it was even bigger to play Sandrock. And we asked Coach Mann to talk about how big it was to not only get a win over Sandrock, but Sandrock's the team you played for a state championship last spring. So how big was it to not only beat them, knowing that they probably had that revenge tour on their mind, but how big was it to not only beat a team that you just played for a state championship, but beat them in the first area game of the season? Here's Coach Jennifer Mann talking about how big last night's win over Sandrock really was for Pleasant Valley.
So our home opener, being an area rival, to me was really important because you never know what they're going to be bringing as far as competition goes, and I wanted to start out on a high note. So our first, we played Jacksonville last week, and it was a very competitive match. Open with Sandrock today, got our first area win. So we've got our first checkbox on the playoff map, and we're trucking along.
It's still early in the season, so a lot of work is still left for this Pleasant Valley team to achieve their goals, which is to repeat as the Class 2A state champion. And as Coach Jennifer Mann, or Tyler, pardon me, asked her, Coach, what do you want to see from your team the rest of the season? She's talked about being a gritty team, tenacity. I think you're going to hear those words again. So here's Coach Jennifer Bryant Mann talking about what she wants to see from her team the rest of the season.
I want to see from my team moving forward is tenacity and a lot of energy and a lot of intensity.
Thank you to Coach Mann for letting East Alabama Now come to Pleasant Valley last night and get the highlights. Thank you to Tyler Schmidt for going and getting that for us. Coach Mann, I'm telling you guys, she is, I think, going to be one of the best coaches in the state. Any classification, I think she's going to win 2A State Coach of the Year. I think Pleasant Valley is going to repeat as the 2A State Championship. I'm giving a lot of what we call rat poison. You're very welcome, Coach Mann. But Pleasant Valley, big win over Sandrock last night in area play to start the season. All right, that is going to do it for us today, guys. Tomorrow on the Locker Room, we're going to take a look at the new Alabama Sports Writers Association's football rankings. Also, I'm going to compare my rankings to the Alabama Sports Writers Association's rankings. But that's going to do it for us today. Hey, make sure to hit the share button on this show so others don't miss it. And don't forget to send us stuff. You can message our East Alabama Now page. Send us an email at eansports23@gmail.com. But that's going to do it for us today. My name's Namath Pitts, and thank you for watching The Locker Room.